When I was younger, I used to have to wait a week in between watching episodes of my favorite program. But luckily, with the invention of Netflix, Amazon Prime, and some things on Disney, most things are released all in one go. So I don't have to wait anymore. And I've done this with a Kickstarter that I've been watching. So this book was originally out, I think, a couple of years ago, and I noticed it was part one of 3 point trilogy. So it's been something I've been waiting and watching patiently for the third volume to finally come on Kickstarter. And today it's announced, it's up. So what is it? What is that game? So before I get into that, my name's Adrian from Dungeon Dyslexia. This is my channel dedicated to role-playing news, reviews, and crowdfunding, where I talk about things that I'm happy or, well, desperate to back and looking forward to arrive. So let's just jump straight over to Kickstarter and I'll show you what this book is. So here it is. Gods of the Forbidden North trilogy. So I can now get all 3 volumes in one place. So I'd say this has been out, I think I say it's a couple of years old. Volume one came out and I was instantly intrigued. And I don't know why I've held back buying them because they're all a good sort of 500-600 pages and they're going to take probably a year of your life to actually sit down and play. And as you're aware, if you follow me on this channel, I'm always buying new things and I haven't got time to even run what I'm playing. Doesn't stop me getting more though. But now the trilogy is here. It's complete. Well, I can buy it as complete. So what is it? What is Gods of the Forbidden North trilogy? We'll just start at the beginning here. So it's an Emmy Award winning 1400 plus pages Arctic mega adventure trilogy concludes with its third and final volume for Old School Essentials. Now, I've never played Old School Essentials. I know there's Old School Essentials and then Old School Essentials Advanced. I know it's based on old school things, but I've never played it, so I wasn't sure where to start. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to wait for all 3 volumes to be announced. I'll buy all 3 volumes, and then it'll allow me to have the time to just work out which old school essentials. Luckily, this Kickstarter has actually got the answers for me. So here we are. It's by Pulp Hammock Press. This is their third Kickstarter. So we've got, what other things have they produced? I'm going to guess. Here we go, volume one and volume two. So weirdly, this is their third one because this is the third part and final part of their trilogy. So they can finally have my money. So let's get back then to it. So as ever, we'll watch the introduction video, then I'll get into the Kickstarter. They've also got some rules, so we can actually have a look at the rule book and part of it so you can see what you're going to get, how the layout's going to work. So we'll look at that at the end of the video. Again, if you want, I'll timestamp it all in the description so you can just jump to each of the sections. So if you don't want to watch this video, absolutely fine, just skip to the end of the video and then right at the end say we'll go through the book that has been supplied.
Keep pushing forward!
Fools who dare step foot in my realm, who seek to claim what is rightfully mine. You defeated my armies. Now you return, chasing whispers of jewels and glory. But you are blinded by greed, softened by peace. Your courage will falter, your flesh will fail. Turn back or seal your doom. Turn back from this nightmare cube. For all those who enter Tharganon, the treasures you seek will gild your tombs.
Wow. I've just got to scroll back to this where this actually looks like a film I'd quite happily sit and watch. But
turn back from this nightmare cube. For all the
this, you're like, really? Are we fighting this? Are we like one man on his own? I know this is going to be a relatively high level concluding part of the campaign. So I've not played old school essentials, so I'm very looking forward to now going out hunting for the books. But these creatures are absolutely huge, and then we've got this woodland creature here, and where's this giant spider? There, you're like, really? Look at this little man here. Um,
The treasures you seek will gild your tombs.
just looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get into it. So this is going to allow you to, if you've not played the first part or second part, get all three. You can just, if you've got the second, first and second part, you can just order the third part. So, what is the campaign? So, the Gods of the Forbidden North is a massive 3-volume mega adventure series for 6 to 8 heroes from first to 14 player. Trilogy details an Arctic campaign setting, wilderness hex crawl, sprawling underworld with dozens of connecting tunnels, 11 dungeons, big old school mega dungeon, the dreaded castle of Tharganon. So it's designed as sandbox, but it can be run as episodic. So together it's 1,400 plus pages, any award-winning adventures, content for your gaming table. We know it's not AI. I'm going to do a video on this because the Any Awards have basically say they won't now nominate any books with AI art in their book, which is either a good or a bad move, depending on which side of the art conversation that you're on. But you know everything's going to be original. They're going to have paid for artists, which is good. You know, nothing just created on the fly. Having completed the first 2 books, they're now fundraising the cover artwork, writing, editing, layout, and printing costs for the final tome. With your generous and enthusiastic support, we will bring the project to life and unveil the RPG community at large. So here we are. So if you're returning and you just need volume 3, it's either $29 for PDF and maps, and then 39 for physical plus some rewards, or 69 for the premium edition. For new backers, so me and anyone else that hasn't heard of this project before, you're paying $59, $99 for all 3. How cheap is that for like 1,400 plus pages? The Skull God, which is $179 if you want a premium edition with a deluxe slipcase and dragon rewards, and then you've got this super all-in backer, which is $269, which is all 3 deluxe slipcases, digital editions, art books, matte canvas maps, softcover PDFs. And if you're a retailer, which I'm not, you can get it all at 50% off. Late pledges are going to go all the way through to the end of August this year, but prices will go up in the pledge. So if you're looking at getting the cheapest, you need to get back onto this Kickstarter now. It is, I didn't do the Kickstarter stats, did I? Whoops. So we're sat just under 100,000 at time of recording, over 1,000 backers, 28 days to go. Right, let's get back into some of the artwork. So this is proper old school artwork, the sort of books that I grew up reading. What makes this trilogy unique? So a whole lot. You just don't get a vague, underdeveloped campaign setting with half-detailed cities, summarized locations, and a 20th level NPCs with pointy hats and dragon pipes supposed to be killed, like the personality that's just in that first sentence. As our own gaming circles, Eternal DM, this author understands how important it is for adventure products to give a busy referees detailed and gameable content, and does the heavy hitting and the hard works for you. So we are going to include, now bear with me, this is a little bit of a list. So it's an Arctic frontier setting. So there's no Vikings, boo. However, it's a human culture inspired by Romans, good thing, or Inuits, more good things. It contains 10 million and a half experience points. Don't know what that means. I know it's a lot. Okay, I'm not an idiot. But obviously in game for references, I don't know how it says, but it does say here, party of 6 to 8 druids, and you will max out at level 14. So I'm assuming it just gives you enough to take it to level 14. 300 plus monsters, 285 wilderness locations, 11 fully detailed dungeons, 5 low, 4 mid, 2 high. 325 encounters, death trap dungeon, a fully detailed mega dungeon. Buying an adventure with 1 mega dungeon is is good in itself. But what's that? You've got another 11 dungeons plus a mega dungeon. Then you've got an alien underground city with 21 unique tower dungeons, a monolith, acropolis, oh God, virescent cube hovering in the air above it, an introduction and guidelines, 100 plus magic items, 65 discoverable rumors, 60 plus new hazards conditions, 30 connections points, 24 things. It just goes on and on. A couple of cities here as well, other 19 locations, 18 languages, some demons, random tables for weather, new religions, new rules, rules for diabolical infestation, oppression, and possession. First level starter quest, alternate sandbox, introduction to the quest. End of chapter adventure rewards, summoners, color hex tables, black and white hex max, black and white hex maps. Nearly 600 zip files. Just put just under 600. 596 plus zipped. Is that 597? So I'm guessing it's somewhere between that and 600 because they don't say around 600. It's just a weird number. 117 zipped mapped files. So it is designed for old school advanced system. Thank you for letting me know which one I now need to buy from Necrotic Games. However, with a little conversion effort, I can move this to Swords and Wizardry, Shadow Dark, Hyperborea, which I need to get a copy of Hyperborea and Knave. I'm only hearing good things about those. Castles and Crusades, I'm getting nagged at a lot to get that played and read. It's coming. I've committed to June this year. I haven't told either of my groups. If my groups aren't in by June, I will get a group going on Discord and I will start a Castles and Crusades one shot built into a campaign via Discord, and then we'll do it on Roll20 or The Forge, somewhere around there. Osric or basic fantasy RPG. So you've got a lot of options if you just want these. So here I'm going to show you this at the end. So download a free PDF sampler of the volume 2 so we can have a look at the art style, etc. So you've got the 3 different versions: PDF version, hard back print on demand, and then the hardcover offset print. The weighty premium edition tome will be printing with using a richer ink on heavier matte 80 glossy paper. It sounds good. Means relatively nothing to me. I'm not a paper person. Well, I know what paper is, but as in I don't know the different thicknesses. But I have picked up glossier, nicer books before, and you can feel it within there. So this is just an idea of, if you've never done a hex crawl before, this is basically how they work. And you've got the different hexes, which is the shapes here, and then you will move around the maps and locations. You've got a hex grid and key, and then you've got the underground map here to go out and discover. Details about volume 1. So it's 480 pages. It covers the vast wilderness of the Arctic frontier, along with settlements, cultures, factions. It's got 5 low-level dungeons, and it's going to take your players from 1st level to 8th level. You can click here, and this will take you up to the drive-through RPG. So if you can't wait and you want to get it sooner, click through here. This will then take you through drive-through RPG, where you can pick up a copy today if you want the PDF, or order soft copies or hard copies, whichever way that you want to work it. And volume 2, again, you've got the link here to drive-through RPG if you can't wait. And it's an impressive 530 pages, which has got, again, the interconnected underworld this time, with 4 mid-level adventures, 2 dungeons, 2 high-level dungeons, nearly 30 connection points between them all. So it is available in the premium edition, and clicking through will just get you to drive-through RPG. I will, if you want and you'd like to, I will put my affiliate links in for both of these. So if you can't wait and you want to help me and my channel grow a little bit, please do consider using the affiliate links for drive-through RPG. Just means I can use that money to then go and buy more books, to do more reviews, and it gives me more content to bring back to you. And then we've got the Gods of the Forbidden, which is arriving in Christmas 2025. So I've only got to wait 10 months unless I can't wait and then I go through RPG. But I think I can wait because I say I've got Castles and Crusades. I've got the Enemy Within campaign is still left to go. So I've got a lot to run this year. So this potentially will be my 2026. And I don't know whether I'll run it for my group or again. So I'm starting to talk on the Discord about setting up quite a lot of other things. It does seem like the PDFs through the Pledge Manager are going to come with a lot of maps. So this is going to be the third and final book coming for Christmas this year, 400 plus. So it's got the Fortress layer of the Balor Skullguard, Castle Tharganon, the Mega Dungeon, and then upper and lower halls. And this is going to take you from level 9 to level 14. I might have to do this drive-through RPG actually, because 6 to 8 players. I'm probably going to need a good, yeah, I'll probably have to do it off my Discord, find a group, I think, to run this. And whether we record it or not, I don't know. Whether people are happy enough to try and record. We don't have to, but we can have that conversation. Idea of the time frames here. So I said, it's coming out fulfillment day for Christmas. So I assume we're going to get the PDFs, then you're going to get your physical copies round about February next year, just because of how long it takes. Details here about the shipping and the physical rewards, digital rewards you're going to get, the print rewards, and then we'll go into what's this. I'm guessing this is probably one of the dungeons that will be in there. International fulfillment with DPD. Obviously, you're going to get that, etc. We've got a lot of video links if you want here. Here's Jeff McAleer. Actually, he's one of the people that inspired me to start this channel. I've never actually talked about YouTubers and other YouTubers before. I love watching Jeff. If you ever watch this, Jeff, hi. You probably won't, but hey. So Gods from the North, there's lots in there. Actually, I remember him talking about it. He was the one that made me. I was like, I've got to get this. But then that's what YouTubers do, isn't it? They get you to spend money like I seem to be doing on crowdfunding. So this will just take you through and the different printers, etc. that's down there. Okay, so we have then got your different rewards, which we've more than covered, I think. So there is a few FAQs. Should you wait for all 3 volumes come out? You shouldn't. Go and get it now on DriveThruRPG. So use my affiliate link or be like me and just be patient. Either or. Can you convert these books to 5e? I'm going to guess it's going to need a little bit of work if you're going to 5e, because 5e isn't exactly old school. Treasure tables would need greatly reduced the monstrous conversion, so you could do it. It's doable, but you're going to need to put in a little bit of additional work for it. Anything else in here? But what other discount of the pledge? That's already discussed. What's your return policy, replacement policy on the book? For most backers, customers will always be wanting to sell the books and replace it. So that's fine. How do you get your rewards? So the rewards are going to be issued through DriveThruRPG or Dropbox. DriveThruRPG, please. So that is everything involved in the Kickstarter. So as promised, we'll go now and have a look at the example rulebook. They're giving us 44 pages, which is pretty generous out of the, what was it, 530, I think they said. So first printing was November 2021 by Pulp Humelock Press Presents. So we've got dedication here, some comments, and yeah, so 500 in the main book. We've got 527 pages. So what have we got? An introduction. Ooh. Then it's going through the Digger's Guide, Children's of the Green Lamps. These are parts of the adventures. Then so it's traveling to the caverns, etc. Yes, this is starting the adventure through. Tower of the All-Seeing Eyes, Megloria, the Endless Underworld, Black City of Morgothor, the Green Dome of Jesus. Why am I trying to read these? Forandandoth, I think. Malium Hatius, the Brass Temple of Malgoth, and then we've got the appendices with monsters and creatures in here. So we'll just give you an example. This is the one actually from the book, I think. Oh, got a quote here. You don't believe me? You will, Dr. Jones laughs. I will become the true believer. Mola Ram from Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom. Pretty much everyone's third favorite Indiana Jones film from the original trilogy, that one. So this is how old school books were laid out. They were quite text heavy, which is why I want this more PDF for me. It's just for reading, but I like the fact it's quite clear for me to read. There's lots of paragraphs, which is good because it separates it out. So I'm going to be able to zoom this quite nicely. Good breakdown of chapters of who's within the cults, etc. That's in there. Footnotes here for dungeon role-playing, notes for games masters. So anything in these little boxes here are going to be faults. And then we've got, I think because the PDF version comes with all the maps, this should be a little bit easier to read because we've then got a breakdown. I like the way old school, well, a lot of the, even with the 5e adventures now, they'll kind of do this. They sort of say, what's in the temple if you need to adjust the encounters up and down. So here's the creatures and all the stat blocks going into each of the different cults and a little bit of motivating their powers. Okay. Control undead, 6th level cleric. So is it going to give us an example of one of the dungeons? Here we go. Yeah. So the Brass Temple Wandering monster table right at the start. And then it just gives you each location by number. You're going to need to print off this map page just to have it to one hand, have it to one hand, have it to hand is always a handy thing to have. And then it means you can just draw on it and write additional notes as you go along. When I do these prints offs, I tend to print them off as large as possible. So if you can go up to A3 and blow it up a little bit, it just means you can get a little bit more notes on there. So you've got standard. This looks very familiar for anyone else that's run a pre-bought adventure. You've got the description of the room to give to the players, then what's going on in the room, etc. So this is probably going to be, expect a puzzle as well, which is good. And then it concludes the end of the section with your rewards, XP rewards, treasure tables, magic items on where you find them and what they do. So that's it. That is I think you should go and spend your money on Gods of the Forbidden North trilogy. If you haven't got all three, buy all three. I think if you've got a spare year of your life to play it, that is the other caveat, I think, because I don't think this is going to be quick with that amount of pages. But a campaign that takes you from 1st to 14th level, I say it's won an awful lot of awards. Even when you look at, so here we go. There aren't many games on TTRPG. You can't see this. Let me just share this so I show you what I mean. So on TTRPG, the reviews here, there aren't many games that end up with really massive high ratings across the board. So we look at the first one as well. So here's volume 1. Again, 18 reviews, 42 ratings. 4.8 out of 5. Everyone pretty much loves this, which is when Jeff McAleer, we've got a 1-star here, but 90% are at 5-star, and then you got the rest. So what's that? 95% of all reviews. If you want to go and look at the why the last people didn't like them, go and have a look. But for me, instant back. Say I'm going to be on the PDFs. I'm going to wait for it to land next year. So if you want to play this, say I'm happy to run this on my Discord because I'm not convinced I can. Well, I can't get physically 6 to 8 players on any of my groups because I don't have that many people local. So I'm going to have to do a special thing to run this campaign. So that's it. If there's anything in this campaign that you've liked, please let me know in the description. If you've enjoyed this video or you like this type of thing, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Really helps me grow. My name's Adrian from Dungeons and Dyslexia. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.